ready?
Yes.
For you, what was the difference between the first and second game as far as their at-bats?
I think we just, I think we woke up a little bit in the second game and played our version of softball. I think, the difference between Stu swinging the bat in that game versus the first game, just the intent behind it. They played together. They played good softball. We were, moving runners, hitting runners in, sac flies, but playing good defense. Just all around better, and just being able to show up that way is going to be really important for us down the stretch. So, after Tech, we talked a lot about just sharpening our skill set because there's some things we need to tighten up on. So, I thought game 2 we executed, but we need to be better about game 1.
And when did you guys know that this was going to happen for her, and what it was like, having Natasha here?
Oh, Natasha's our bestie, so this is awesome, and I know a lot of people on our team were fangirling over her, and rightfully so. We got her to throw up the Wildcat, which felt really good. No, it's exciting for Devin. I was getting chills watching that video and just knowing what's in front of her, and she's built for that. So, just very exciting. It's cool to have someone that all of us look up to hand you that ticket, and I think the tour that they've been doing is really awesome. I think I've known for a week, and I was trying to keep it secret for a really long time, which is hard to do. And Candrea had one job, to keep the parents here, and he didn't do his job, but luckily they stayed around anyway. No, it was that's a really cool moment that they get to experience, and the journey isn't just here for her. It's much further beyond that, and but we still have so much softball left to play, which is really cool too.
And specifically during those 6 home runs, what was the offense seeing from the pitchers, and was that just a contagious type thing with the lineup hitting so many home runs?
Contagious, and I think we were able to just relax and be ourselves. I think when you're facing someone like Tech's bullpen, the plans are very different than a game like this. I thought we had to kind of settle into being ourselves, as far as like we can take a strike, we can work ourselves deep into counts. It's not someone going at you right away. So at 74 miles per hour, we have to just be able to play our game within whatever challenge the day brings. And I think we didn't respond to that very well in the first game, and then we did respond to that and stepped up to the challenge the second game.
Once you get to regionals, you're going to have those types of changes between
team to team.
Yeah, how important is that to get that late in the year and not just early in the year?
Well, I think it's important to make adjustments in all facets. So, like, pitcher 1 to pitcher 2, we got to be able to jump on someone quick and be able to make those adjustments. The whole MO of everyone who faces us is going to be to keep us off balance. So it's how confident we stand in that moment and how we are able to just handle that with grace, and not let it take us one time through the lineup, but really just make the adjustments right away. And I think you can see when we feed off each other versus we feel like we have to gain our own momentum from at-bat to at-bat. When we use each other to play the game, I think we catch fire a little bit quicker than when we're relying on a good feeling at the plate to let that take us into our next at-bat, if that makes sense. So, I think just when we play good softball together, it makes it a lot easier.
So how proud are you about Sydney? She have done like 3 home runs.
Yeah, she was seeing the ball really well game 2, and I thought she kind of just relaxed and went for it in a lot of ways. It was great to see her hit the off-speed and the hard stuff well, and not just, also work to all fields. But I think that was a really big deal for her, and hopefully she can carry that into the rest of the weekend too.
How come you think players like Sydney and Miranda have been hitting so many more home runs this year than in their previous year?
I think when they walk up to the plate confidently with the plan and they execute the plan, there's just an intent behind their swing. There's conviction behind their swing, and I think that matters not just for them but for all of our hitters. We haven't been a team really that's looked to hit home runs this year, which is refreshing actually, because we've just looked to hit the ball hard and get our pitch and do damage, and if it goes over the fence, great. And I thought they did that today. We didn't have ones that were sneaking over, that were missed pop flies. Like, they got all of those balls. So I think it felt good just that they were able to get on time, hit the ball hard, and it just so happened to go out.
How are you feeling as far as where you are for hosting maybe regionals, and how important is that for you to get that, at least that first round?
Well, I think we have to control what we can control right now, and that's winning games. It's winning games and becoming our best selves as a team. And, I expect us to go to work in Thursday practice at San Diego State and get better at some things. This is going to kind of been an unconventional week as far as our off days land. So I'm itching to get on the field for practice at San Diego State and kind of get better in some areas. And then, they're playing really good softball right now, so being able to go against a good team at their place is going to be a challenge for us and get 2 wins out of it. But, we don't tend to look too hard at that because we're trying to win every single game. And whatever that challenge brings that day, we're trying to step up to it.
How fun is it seeing them hit a inside the park home run, or tonight a Little League home run like that?
A Little League home run.
Well,
the bunt.
where
The
they
buds.
get-
Yes. I was like, what? My daughter just had a Little League game tonight. No, that was, and that's playing the game. And I think sometimes when you're so lost and, a swing not feeling good, 1 through 9, it takes that one spark. Taylor did it. I think Miranda did it later in the game. I mean, Miranda doesn't drag bunts and beat them out. But the game called for that kind of energy to be infused into it. And when you kind of just check yourself a little bit and get into just playing the game at a very high level, I think those things come naturally, and it really helps us kind of ignite into the next game, which is, I think, what that one did. Thank you.